What is up, guys? I tell you, when I look at the A's season from a big picture, and when I look at the standings, 14 and 13 through 27 games, I can't help but be pleasantly surprised of where the A's are. But I tell you, these games that we are losing are extremely frustrating. And it's baseball. I get it. We can't win all 162. It sure would be nice. But giving up leads the way we have done and still being where we're at 14 and 13, you got to be happy with it. I get it. And the expectations and the goals for this team, I think, are realistic when we're talking about a team that's projected to go possibly 84 and 78, a little bit above 500. They're playing well above that. And I've constantly talked about playing every 15 games as its own season. Setting goals for those 15 games. First goal for the first 15 was 6-9. For this 15 was 8-4, 8-7. At the end of 15, at the end of 30 games, the goal was to be around 500, 14 and 16, 15 and 15. And the A's are well on pace, 14 and 13 right now with 3 games left. During this stretch of 15 games, we opened up with a homestand against the Rangers for 4, split that. The White Sox took 2 of 3 in Sacramento, which put the A's at a record of 3 and 4. We snap back, we bounce back, and we take 2 of 3 in Seattle, 5 and 5, and a great win last night, 6 and 5, and a loss tonight, 6 and 6, with 3 games left. The goal is to win the next 2 of 3 to hit your goal of 8 and 7. With that being said, you can't help the disappointment with regard to the A's and how they have been playing down the stretch, and not, I wouldn't say the way they have been playing. I think they've been competing. I think they've been giving what they have. They're a young team. But with that being said, that knockout punch has been lacking in certain games. You could point back to a lot of games in the season. You know, the latest one that, the one in New York where Leiter gave up the bomb to the Yanks. The one in Seattle that just took place where we gave up the lead late to Seattle comes to mind. So there has been a few where it's just like, we had it right in our sights. And today felt like that same type of game. We get on the board early, lead 3-0. You felt good of what was going on. Jacob Wilson led off an inning with a double. Daryl Hernandez with a huge 2-out hit. Colby Thomas in his first game of the year at this level, they have him batting in the 3 spot, delivers with a clutch RBI single up the middle. Jacob Wilson, sac fly, boom. Just like that, we're up 3-0. Jeffrey Springs was okay. The idea of Jeffrey Springs being some sort of ace on this staff is, I think, something we've created based on his first few outings. He had the same type of start to the season as he did last year. He's on fire for his first start last year in Seattle. Took a little bit of a step back. This year's first couple starts were great. I wouldn't say he was bad tonight, but I would say he was far from good. He had 2 innings that really hurt him. The 3rd inning And, of course, the 6th inning. That did him in. I felt like the key inning and the key play of the game was in the 3rd inning. Had 1-1 count to Jansen, who's their 9 hitter. Hits him. He walks Evan Carter. Excuse me. Jake Berger leads off the strikes out Jake Berger. No, I had that right. Evan Carter walks. And I thought the biggest play of the game, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Haggerty, who's their 9 hitter. Jansen batted 7. Haggerty laying down a bunt, basically a sacrifice bunt. Springs slow to get off the mound. Fields the ball. And it felt like that whole play took place in slow motion. Got the ball, spinned, took his time, it felt like. And Haggerty, who has some speed, beat it out. All of a sudden, now you have bases loaded. Nimmo hits a bullet to left field. Soderstrom makes the catch. Jansen tags up, scores 3-1. Fine. He gets McCutchen to strike out. 2 outs, 3-1. And Seager hits kind of a blooper to center field. I don't know if Geloff got the best jump off on that, but that was going to be a tough one to get. 3-2. That Haggerty bunt was just huge. A's could never get anything going. We go to the 4th. They got to Gore early. I thought they had great at-bats against Mackenzie Gore. I thought they made Mackenzie Gore just absolutely work. I thought they went in with a game plan with Mackenzie Gore, and they executed. Gore went 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks, threw 106 pitches. 106 pitches in 7 innings. Excuse me, in 5 innings. But after the A's scored their 2 runs in the 3rd, the offense stalled, which it has in the past when they have grabbed early leads. In the 4th, Geloff lines out to second, hit it good. Langeliers singles to left. Kurt strikes out. Colby strikes out. We get to the 5th. Soderstrom flies out. Wilson singles to right. Muncy strikes out. Hernandez fouls out to first. We get to the 6th. Wynn strikes out. Geloff fouls out. Langeliers grounds out. And then we get to the bottom of the 6th. Seager hits a ground ball into the hole in right field. Base hit. Not hit overly hard. I tell you, Seager's been killing us all freaking year. Corey Seager so far this series is 4 for 8 with a double, 2 runs scored. I know in the first series we played against him as well. Seager was 2 for 10, but had a homer and a double. And that ball barely squeaks through the hole. Fine. Whatever. Berger flies out to left on a ball hit pretty hard. And then Josh Jung, second pitch he sees. 84 mile an hour, what looked like to be a changeup. Bomb. Right center. But at the same time, so it's 4-3 right now. Not a big deal. And the A's just could not answer back. 7th inning, we have 2, 3, 4 coming up. Kurtz flies out to left. Colby strikes out. Soderstrom grounds out. We get to the 8th. Wilson grounds out. Cortez pinch hits. Double. I like the McNeil pinch hit. And Austin Wynn's hurt us. Austin Wynns hurts us. I think the A's had their minds made up at the beginning of the season, the beginning of spring training, that Austin Wynns was going to be their backup catcher. And I feel like because they didn't really get anybody else, guys, not even to compete with Wynns for that backup catching job. We all know what they did with Daniel Susac. And I understand Wynns is a veteran catcher, and it matters if they have an influence on the pitching staff. And it seems like he has that relationship with Jeffrey Springs. But he's not hitting at all. And if Jeffrey Springs isn't pitching, what use is Austin Wynns? And like I said, Jeffrey Springs wasn't bad. But Wynns right now, guys, is having a tough go of it. I mean, he's hitting 107. Had another 0 for tonight and pretty much uncompetitive at bats. And I'm not saying go out and sign a all-star catcher, but it would have been nice to push Austin Wynns in spring training. See what else is out there. And they didn't. I mean, we literally don't have another catcher in the minor league system that we can literally call up. I mean, sure, there's a couple. There's Brian Lafcetita at AAA. You got Davis Diaz, prospect, Dylan Fiend, prospect in high A. You got Shane McGuire in AA. I would like to see him get called up to AAA. He spent a little bit of time at AAA last year to see what he can do as far as hitting wise. But really, we don't have another catcher. What I didn't like in that 6th inning when they did pinch hit Cortez was I would have liked to see the Cortez. I would have liked to see Hernandez hit that inning, because that's who Carlos Cortez pinch hit for. Instead of, Carlos Cortez pinch hit for Max Muncy. I would have liked to see Muncy stay in there. I would have liked to see Hernandez stay in there. And I would have liked to see Cortez pinch hit for Austin Wynns in the 8th spot. And then bring Langeliers in to catch in the next inning. Because Austin Wynns is just right now in auto out. It ended up working okay. Wilson led off, grounded out. Cortez doubles. McNeil hits a decent ball to left field, flies out, and Wynns just nothing, man. Nothing. And like I said, there's nothing to call up. I mean, there is nobody that literally we can. Yes, and Jeff for Geloff. Yeah, I would have liked to see. That's what I would have liked to see. Yeah, I would have liked to see. Instead, I would have liked to see Cortez for Wynns. And yeah, if Cortez gets on, then go Wynns for. Then go McNeil for Geloff in the 9 hole for sure. But I would have liked to see. I didn't like Cortez for Muncy and McNeil for Hernandez, especially when Hernandez has been having great at bat after great at bat whenever he's been given the opportunity. I mean, Hernandez barely plays, and every time, and he had a good spring training. He had a great WBC. Tonight, 1 for 2, RBI, walk. What's wrong with that? It's the only action he's gotten. In the He didn't even play in the Seattle series. In the White Sox series, he played the third game, went 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, home run, RBI, 2 walks. He's always in there making something happen. I didn't like them get rid of Geloff. Geloff. I didn't like them pinch hitting for Hernandez in that situation. Straight A's. What's up, man? Servine has been looking good in AAA. Yeah, he has. But to me, straight A's, Servine is another journeyman catcher. Are you going to really get more output than Austin Wins? I don't think Servine really does anything. It doesn't hurt to try it. No, but sure, he's hitting well in Vegas. What's his numbers right now in Vegas? I don't think there's anything crazy though. Serving out of Arizona State, 2016, 5th round pick for the Rockies. 306, 807 OPS, a bomb, 9 RBIs. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right, but is it really an upgrade? Is it really somebody like, hey, I don't know. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 1 homer, 6 or 311. Las Satitas has similar stats as well. Chef Dub couldn't watch game tonight, but looks like we got bit on one bad pitch that led to the 2-run homer. Bullpen was fine. Yeah, for me, the key play was the 3rd inning with Jeffrey Springs and the sack bunt that what's his name? Sam Haggerty laid down. Springs seemed like he was real slow off that mound. It seemed like I wouldn't say an easy play, but something he had to move a little bit to get done, show some urgency, and he gets Haggerty out. It wasn't like he was bunting for a base hit. You had a speedy runner setting down a sacrifice bunt. I thought that was the big play. And that took place in the 3rd. I thought that inning should have easily been limited to 1 run. They scored 2. And then, of course, the 6th inning and the 2-run bomb by Josh Jung. Like I said, at the beginning, when I look at this team, 14-13, hey, how can't we be happy about that considering the schedule? But geez, man, the losses they've had have been painful. I mean, it has just been like, yeah. Am I happy with how everything's progressing as an A's fan? Absolutely. But geez, there's been a lot of gut punches. Every loss seems like a gut punch. Siphon, Wins is beyond terrible. I wish we had a young 1st-round draft pick at the catching position. I would have liked to see Susak compete with Wins in spring training. It was between Chen Zhuang and Daniel Susak for that 40th roster spot. Whatever. I think Wins has that veteran relationship with the pitchers that management likes. He seems to be getting every Jeffrey Springs start. So there is something there. Last year, he came up with clutch hits. The first 20, 25 games, he was on fire with the Reds before he got moved to the A's. But yeah, he's struggling right now. He's struggling. That's for sure. And I don't have an answer as far as a backup. With that being said, guys, I mean, who really has a good backup catcher, right? I mean, there's not a lot of good backup catchers in the league, fellas. It's not like, you know what I mean? We're not going to find like a 280 backup catcher. So with that being said, I'm fine with Wins. I like Wins. I wouldn't trade Wins or give him up. I do wish they limited his at-bats late in the game. They've done this a couple times. And like I said, in that 7th inning, I do wish they let Muncy and Hernandez hit. And I wish that Cortez pinch hit for wins. I didn't want to see wins up. I don't want to see wins up late in the game. As far as wins as a backup catcher, you can't complain about that. But because there's not, I mean, who are you going to get? There's not like a lot of backup catchers sitting there. But I would like him to get late in the game. Alvarez, who's out there, man? Let's go down every single roster. Give me a good backup catcher. I mean, they're all hitting in the ones, low twos. It's not like we're going to get anybody like, whoa, there's a backup catcher. I mean, they are what they are, right? They're going to start 50, 60 games a year. He's here to give Shea a break. He's been struggling, no question. But I have no idea who you're going to get. Anybody good as a backup catcher wouldn't be a backup catcher. So that kind of gives you a good idea for that. There's no one out there, man. A backup catcher is what it is. Straight A's, I'm fine with wins, but realistically, you can improve the backup catcher position pretty easily with a trade for cash or picking up someone who is DFA'd if needed. Yeah, I think the thing is, to me, it feels like management's comfortable with wins and his receiving on particular pitchers. Obviously, there's might be some sort of chemistry with him and Springs. I think he's been in there with Lopez as well. I feel like Tyler needs to improve on the tag-up plays. He's relaxed and getting a good throw on it. Max Stassi. You're talking about that one Nimmo hit. That's a little tougher, though, Alvarez. If you remember that play, it was a line drive. He caught it on the run. Boom, catch, go. Generally, what you're saying is correct as far as circling under the ball, getting it, boom, positionally to run. Fundamentally, he's not there. And yeah, he does need to improve. But on that one particular play, that was tough. Just because Nimmo hit such a hard ball, a little bit on the run, caught it through the throw tailed, and there you go. Straight A's, one thing with the backup catcher spot is Shea is DH when he's not playing. Yeah, shoot, that's right. It puts more pressure on the backup bat because you can't pinch hit. I forgot about that. You're right. You're right. I totally forgot. Yep. You're right. So they couldn't pinch hit. In that, you're right in what you're saying. In that situation, though, I mean, who'd you have on the bench at that time, though? Ibanez to pinch hit 2 outs with a runner in scoring position? I mean, what point is there an Ibanez even on the roster, man? But the question is, who do you bring up? It's not like the A's are just AAA right now is Cade Marlowe. I would have gone Cade Marlowe. Why not bring Cade Marlowe up and DFA Ibanez? We're not using Ibanez at all. So in that situation, I would have gave up the DH role spot with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position. I don't know. Is there really an upgrade righty on righty with Ibanez to wins? It's easy to say now. I don't know. It's just one of those days. Yeah, I don't know. Kotsay might have actually picked that lineup. What do you guys think of the lineup tonight? Yeah, that was here. Let's check it out. I have it up, I think. What do we have? We have Shea leading off, Kurtz batting second, Colby, batting third in his first game. Listen, it worked out. He came through, right? Tyler batting fourth, Wilson fifth, Muncy sixth, Hernandez seventh, Wins eighth, Geloff ninth. I would have liked to see Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil historically 8 for 14, 2 walks against Mackenzie Gore. I thought for sure he was going to go with McNeil in the order. I mean, he has been so successful with Gore in the order. Cortez, I get it. Just because Colby's up, that's what he's here to do, is hit left-handed pitching. Ideally, yeah, Cortez DHing, Colby and right, Shea catching and wins on the bench. But yeah, I mean, Shea does need his rest here and there too. Asher, what's up, bud? Why wasn't Carlos, Spy Kid, Cortez in the lineup? I think it was just a lefty-lefty deal, even though he's had success against left-handers. Colby just getting called up, playing right field, facing a left-hander. I get it. I understand what they're doing, but I do think Cortez has earned everyday type playing time right now. So, yeah, I would like to see him against lefties. Boney, the A's need to just McNeil. And yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Salty. I agree with you on that 100%. They need McNeil, especially today. He's had success against Gore. And if your thinking is like, hey, I want to get Hernandez in the lineup, fine. Then put Hernandez at third and McNeil at second. If there's one guy that I want to sit, if you want to get Hernandez time, is Muncy. And I get it, lefty against righty, lefty. But McNeil is not that type of guy. 8 for 14 career against Mackenzie Gore. I didn't like the lineup today. I'm not going to lie. I'm with you. Chef Dub, the question is when Clark's 10 days are up. That's what the IL they put him on. We don't know exactly how long it's going to be. It's rarely just 10 days. It's probably going to be more like 3 weeks. Is up what happens. Clark cannot be starting 80% of the games he can. I think Clark, if I was to guess the way it looks right now, and the way it looks right now is that Cortez is playing every day. The question is, who gets center field? Denzel or Geloff? Butler's going to be there. Is it going to be Butler and Clark in center? Or is it going to be Butler and Geloff in center? Geloff needs to hit. If Geloff hits in the next couple of weeks before Denzel comes back, yeah, it's his job. But if he's hitting 210, 200, rather have Denzel platooning out there with Butler. It has to be a platoon type deal with whoever's in center, whether it's Butler and Clark or Butler and Geloff. Because Cortez has earned the right to play every day in right field or at DH, with Colby getting spot starts in there as well against left-handers. Rooker's going to come back. When Rooker comes back, it'll be, I'm guessing, Ibanez DFA'd. I think that's a pretty fair assumption, considering he doesn't even see the light of day now. But yeah, it's hard not to be disappointed at a loss like this, but it is what it is. Overall, am I happy? Has it been fun? Yeah, but it's been punched to the guts too. A lot of them. FYI, Cortez is 2 for, yes. And last year he was good against left-handed pitchers as well, Salty. Who is the real Max Muncy? See, here's the thing. Like, I don't know what we really expected from Max Muncy, right? As far as expectations. And what I mean by that is last year, he was okay. Wasn't great. Kind of what we expected. He showed streaks of being amazing, hitting with power to all fields. Defensively, he is what he is. So we've seen glimpses of that Max Muncy. I think what's causing the disappointment, what you're talking about here, Salty Tom, is that he showed that streak in spring training, and he showed that streak, at the beginning of the year as well. And now we're kind of seeing him kind of level off, right? But in my eyes, it's like, this is who Max Muncy is right now in his career. Because before spring training, we were thinking, hey, maybe Max Muncy can hit 210 with 20, 25 bombs. That's as far as a ceiling. So I don't know. I think what's causing our kind of disappointment in Muncy is how hot he did start. Like expectations went up, and now it's kind of leveling off a little bit. But he's striking out a ton, man. He's striking out a ton. There's a need to wear unis from Tejeda Jahambi for those were fun times. Maybe the Kelly Green ones. I think they worn those last year, though, didn't they? Someone will get traded, I feel, when Rooker. Well, who? Here's the problem, though, Alvarez. We don't have assets to trade. We don't have any assets. It's not like we're deep, right? I mean, who's our biggest assets we have on the active roster, on the active 26-man roster that we can trade, that we're going to get somebody worth anything for? Seriously. Our biggest asset we probably have to trade right now is probably Rooker and McNeil. I don't know what you're going to get with McNeil. And the only reason I say McNeil is because he's on an expiring contract. But then what are you going to get in return for McNeil? Rooker? We don't have any assets to trade. Jeffrey Springs? But we need these guys to compete. So we don't have any assets to trade. It's not like we're a deep team. Carlos Cortez? Yeah. But you really want to trade Carlos Cortez? And again, I'm not saying you want to trade Carlos Cortez, but I'm just thinking out loud of assets. Don't tell me Lawrence Butler. I mean, Lawrence Butler will get a freaking box of rocks for. Lawrence Butler's not only has a big contract, but he's also hitting in the ones. We'll be lucky to just to get nothing for Lawrence, someone just to take him. Same thing with Severino. So that's the problem, Alvarez. We don't have any assets. We don't have any assets to trade. I think if Muncy is from Dominican, he's kind of normal of a normal prospect, nothing crazy. I know what you're getting at. I think Muncy isn't anything crazy. I think Muncy is what Muncy is. But I think what caused everyone to get so high on Muncy is how he started spring training and the regular season. Muncy not playing third base next year should get some games at second base now. Because of DeVries? Then who do you put at third? We still got to win games this year, guys. We're still in first place. So I hear what you're saying, Chef Dub, but I don't want to move McNeil to third. A few people have come up with that. I'm like, absolutely not. listen, what we do know about Muncy is he is athletic. He's gotten better. Not anywhere to a standard you need, but he's gotten better. He's a little bit below serviceable. We need to get him to serviceable. And I think he'll get there. He's made some nice plays as of late. I think he'll get there. When guys get healthier, I'd have more faith in Geloff at third over Muncy at this rate. Then we have center field too, right? I don't know. I mean, you really want Geloff's bat over Muncy's bat? Muncy can still do some things, guys. Let's not forget about, let me just go back a little bit, fellas. You guys are kind of, a little quick on the trigger with Muncy. Well, maybe not. What was that? Has Muncy really had any great series? 7 for 13 in the Astro series. A double, a homer. Is that it? Don't tell me that's the only series. No, at the Yankees, he did all right too. 4 for 12 against the Yankees with a triple. So you got 7 for what? What did I say? 7 for 13, 4 for 12. And against the Mets, I believe he was good as well. No, 3 for 12. And against the Rangers, 2 for 4, 1 for 7. Yeah. So only basically 2. There's a documentary free to watch on YouTube, The Day the World Series Stopped, 2000, free with ads. Yeah, the one on the 89. Muncy's going to hit 20 home runs this year. Yeah. He's shown streaks. He's been all right. He's young. But yeah, super frustrating one today, guys. A lot of Ks. I think everyone would be a lot easier on Muncy if it wasn't that chase rate, man. I mean, the kid's just striking out. What's his strikeout numbers? What was he today? Let me just put up my stat sheet again here. Muncy coming into tonight had 35 strikeouts. That's a lot of strikeouts. And tonight, he was 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Jesus. So, yeah, 37 strikeouts in 92 plate appearances. Yeah, he's close to he's around a 40% strikeout rate. Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. Shit. Salty. Muncy will eventually become our super utility like Chad Pinder. I think so. Well, right now, I mean, if you were to look at the future, I tell you, a lot of guys, everyone's talking about DeVries like they should be, but Joshua Crota-Grauer, I'm real high on. Let's not forget about Tommy White. I think there's potential that Tommy White can overtake Muncy, but I think it's too early to push the panic button on Muncy. But he definitely needs to get better, man. Pinder was great. Yeah, he sure was. Wasn't he, Ash? Alvarez, sorry. Ash is next. When does Arnold get the call to AAA? I think it's going to be some time. He got hit a couple times in his first few starts. Looked great in his last start. No question about it. If he has another good, let's say 3, 4, 5 good starts, I could see by June, July, Ash, and then spend the rest of the year in AAA Vegas. See how he does. Then go from there. I don't think he's coming up this year. Wei Enlin pitched tonight. He was okay. 5 innings. I think 4 hits. 2 runs, I want to say. Oh, I tell you guys, tomorrow is a huge, huge, huge game 3 for a few reasons. Asher, I think Cortez is our biggest trade piece. But you're right. But do we really want to get rid of him? We still got 5 years of team control of Carlos Cortez. You're right. I don't know if I want to trade Cortez. I like Cortez. I think Cortez. I mean, we're paying league minimum for the next 5 years. I don't want to trade Cortez. You don't get much better than that. So I want to keep Cortez. But yeah, I agree with you. He is. But if someone's going to give us, I don't think anybody's going to give us a load in return for Cortez. But with Bolte, White, and Colby coming up, I'd rather ship Cortez for some proven pitching. Bolte, White, and Colby. Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, Ash. Right now, Carlos Cortez, right now, is an elite Major League Baseball batter. He is. He's already a proven elite Major League Baseball hitter. The guys you're talking about on that list, is guys that who we think they will be. I would rather trade those guys than Cortez. I would rather trade Bolte, White, or Colby than Carlos Cortez. Because right now, Bolte, White, and Colby are exactly who we think they are. Prospects. We think they're going to be great. They've shown flashes of being great. They got a high ranking by their name. But they still haven't done what Carlos Cortez has done. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'd rather go the other way. I'd rather trade the prospects for somebody proven. Yeah, Cortez is a cheap contract under control for the next 5 years. That's my whole point. That's why, I want to hang on to Cortez. We know who he is. So if you want that proven pitching, I'd rather trade the prospects and get proven pitching than trade somebody who's already a proven major league hitter. That's kind of where I'm going out with it. But I get your point. Kotze is dumb. Why sit our best hitter and play Win? Shea had a day off. I don't think Kotze is not making the call on that one, BBQ. I think the organization is making that decision is making that decision as a whole. So I can't really put that on Kotze. When the lineup comes out, Kotze's already kind of hinted in past interviews like, hey, the lineup has to touch so many people before I even see it. So I can't put that on Kotze. Even the decision not to... I mean, I get it. Not pinch hitting for wins late. You get rid of that DH spot. Is you're really going to get an upgrade from Ibanez. It's just one of those games, guys. It's just one of those games. Just one of those games. Disappointing. But the positive part is 14 and 13. And my point being why tomorrow is so crucial. Remember, guys, there used to be in Major League Baseball, there used to be a one-game tiebreaker or one-game playoff. Now, it's head-to-head. So the A's and Rangers right now are 3-3 in the season. They're going to be playing more games again, but games against your division is huge. We have JT Ginn on the mound tomorrow, who has looked good against Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. We've done okay against Kumar. But tomorrow's huge. BBQ, wouldn't you play Cortez every day? Yes. I think he's earned that. As far as today specifically, do I get the reasoning? Yeah. But when I looked at the lineup card, was I not disappointed? Yes. Yes, you're right. I 100% agree with you, BBQ. Cortez has earned that. He has earned that. He's earned everyday reps, everyday at-bats. He's had no problems with lefties since he's been up in the major leagues, in AAA, etc. Yes, to answer your question. I get why. I understand why. Well, you got to find a spot for Carlos Cortez every day in the lineup. That's for sure. Yeah. Agree with you. Kumar Rocker, JT Ginn tomorrow. First pitch, 10-10, I think. Tough one tonight, guys. 4-3. Had a lead 3-0. Feeling good. Third inning. Jeffrey Springs got a little lazy on that sac bunt by Haggerty. Low to the bases. Sac fly by Nimmo. Seager kind of bloops one in. We didn't really have opportunity to score later on. It was just Gore hung in there. It was 3 up, 3 down for most of the time. Get to the 6th. Seager, ground ball, base hit to right, found a hole. He gets, what's his name? The big old Jake Berger flies out to left. And yeah. Yep. Josh Jung, 2-run bomb. Still early though, bottom 6, only down 1. And we just really didn't get anything going, man. BBQ, I also don't understand Wynn's batting above Geloff. And yeah, at that point, pick your poison, BBQ. Geloff wins. I don't care. I mean, they're both. Let's see. Did any of them have any certain success? I'm just curious. Probably not. Against Gore. No, they're both 1 for 3 and 1 for 3. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 8-9, sure. I guess. I don't think it was that major. They were both weren't very good tonight, right? So Geloff hit 1 ball hard, which is good. But they were combined, 0 for 8 with 1 strikeout. What are you going to do? Oh, man, fellas, that's all right. Big one tomorrow, guys. Big one tomorrow, and then we come back. I think we have Monday is a day off. Let me check. This one, I don't mind the loss, and I felt like the A's played hard. I felt they competed. It just wasn't their night. A few little things here and there. Game tomorrow, 11:35, first pitch. Ginn and Rocker come back home Tuesday against the Royals. Lopez, Bubic. Wednesday, 6:40, Savale, Michael Waka. Thursday, Severino, Cameron, 12:05, first pitch. And then Cleveland at home. So we got Texas tomorrow and then a 6-game homestand with Cleveland, with Kansas City and Cleveland. Then we head to the road against the Phillies and the Orioles. That's what we're looking at. BBQ, defense kind of cost us. Soderstrom letting Seager tag on the 1 to 2nd, right? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, man. I thought it was a smart play by Seager. I think Seager took advantage of Soderstrom being kind of lackadaisical out there and left. Did you see the same thing? He was kind of like, whatever. He didn't circle around it. And I think it goes back to the point you were making earlier, Alvarez, with regard to the mechanics and fundamentals of Soderstrom throwing. Yeah. On the you're talking about the Hernay. I don't know if that. I know what you're talking about. Hernay's breaking first to second. I don't think it would have mattered. I think even if he breaks to right field, maybe gets a glove on the ball, has a hard time throwing, everything would have had to work out perfect. I agree with you on the Soderstrom one. I don't know if it would have mattered. It may have, just because he's pitching with a runner on first rather than a runner on second, pitch sequence, etc. Maybe. Jung hit the home run 2 pitches later. But I do think that if Soderstrom circles under the ball, gets back on it, and treats it as if Seager's going to tag, I don't think Seager tries to go in that situation. I think he stays at first. I think he saw Soderstrom kind of like how Soderstrom kind of does it sometimes, and he took advantage of that. That's a good point. And it goes back to your point too, Alvarez. I think you talked about it earlier. Let me get back to it. Here it is. I feel Tyler needs to improve on the tag up plays. He's relaxing. Yeah. I was thinking of the one that the sack fly Nimmo hit, but to BBQ Slayer's point, yeah, the play Seager tagged up on first on Berger's fly ball to left. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Would that have mattered with 2 pitches later? Jung not have hit the home run? I don't know, but I would have just, to your guy, just kind of play it correctly. Play it like you're supposed to play it. It almost felt like the baseball god said, hey, this is how you play baseball correctly, and we're going to get you. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, fellas, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Hey, let's get tomorrow. We have a 4-2 road trip against 2 division rivals if we get tomorrow. And it would put us really on track. It put us to 7 wins after the first 15 games, 7 wins for this 15. And going back home with a Monday day off is huge, man. So we'll see what happens. Take care, fellas. Have a good night. Enjoy your Saturday. See you.